But that's a good workout, actually. He's happy about that. We didn't have some fattening food story before it, okay? It's Transformation Tuesday, which means I'm joined by Charles D'Angelo, who's here with me in the kitchen. He's going to show us a delicious dish you can actually eat for breakfast.
Absolutely. So many people think that something like pancakes are terribly unhealthy, but I have something that's not only rich in protein, will keep you full all day, but actually tastes awesome. So what we're going to make today is a variation on a typical pumpkin spice recipe for pancakes, making it healthy using protein and all natural ingredients. So
it sounds really good, by the way.
It's awesome. We'll test it here in a minute. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to get a little bit of water. Okay, you'll get a blender. Just make sure you either have a micro blender or a larger blender like this at home. And you'll go ahead and add your liquid ingredients, which you start with the water. Now you'll want to use liquid egg whites. You can buy this at any major grocery store. And you'll go to Show Me St. Louis on the KSDK page afterward, and you'll get the exact amounts of everything that I'm using so you can duplicate the recipe. But you'll add all your liquids.
So that's just the egg whites.
That's just the egg whites and water. Now the most important ingredient is the actual pumpkin, and not pumpkin filling. Pumpkin is a superfood. It's rich in something called carotenoids. Those are shown to actually lower cardiovascular disease. They've actually been linked to lowering cancer in the human body.
Wow.
They're rich in fiber. It's a superfood because it has a lot of vitamin C, so it boosts your immune system and it keeps you full all day. So you'll go ahead and you'll add that as well.
And it smells really good.
Yes, it gives you kind of that fall idea.
It does feel like fall a little bit, okay?
A little bit of baking powder, of course, okay?
Now, did you call that pumpkin or pumpkin? Because I like to say pumpkin sometimes. I think that's what you said, too.
Now, this is something most people might not be familiar with, but is important to get an idea of. These are steel-cut oats. So typically you look at like Quaker oats, the instant stuff, but this is the lowest processed form. So again, it helps your body efficiently digest this, and it adds a lot to the pancakes. So add that.
You know why I've heard of steel-cut oats? Because that's what they eat on Keeping Up with the Kardashians for breakfast. They eat steel-cut oats.
That's right, and they're all natural.
And
so
they're all in good shape.
They're really starting to catch on now as people become more aware of how effective eating the lowest processed food is, and not the stuff that's been through the routine. So here's some cinnamon. Now, there are studies that link 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to lowering your chances of becoming overweight, because it works almost like insulin works in the body. So it actually regulates blood sugar. So if you're type 2 diabetic, using a little bit of cinnamon is always helpful. Now here's the most important ingredient, whey protein. In this right here, you're getting 24 grams of protein, which keeps you feeling full, and it adds a lot to the pancakes. So you'll add that in. And lastly, an all-natural sweetener you might have heard of. It's not Sweet and Low, it's not Splenda, of course. It's called stevia. It's actually extracted from a plant. So it's very health beneficial to you. You'll add that in. You'll go ahead and put the blender top on.
Where do you get the whey protein anyway?
You can get that pretty much at any health food store, GNC, Whole Foods, anything like that. You'll let that blend until it looks to be a real good, rich consistency.
And then you basically just put it in the pan and cook it like normal?
That's it. Yep. So you take it out. You pour it in like this, just so.
And you have some really good options. Looks like you can put fruit on there and some almonds.
Yes, to actually add some healthy fat to keep you feeling full. You'll wait until the bubbles actually come to the surface and pop. So if you'll watch here, you'll see they're starting to form now as it heats up. And when you're all done, what you'll end up with is, as you see here, these are actually called cinnamon rolls.
Yeah,
so that actually has a little bit of milk, a little bit of low-fat cream cheese, sweetener, stevia, but they're all based upon the recipe that I just made. So if you go to KSDK.com, visit the Show Me St. Louis tab, you can find my recipes for making these protein pancakes to not only feel full, but also to start your day off on the right track, promoting weight loss overall.
Yeah, and get this book. It is so good.
Yeah, there's my book.
Well, you can find out more about Charles and get some more advice by going to his website. He can help you transform your life if you let him. His website is charlesdangelo.com. Call him at 314-495-3228. Great ideas. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Anyone can do it.